Happy Thursday, readers, and welcome back to my library. I've got 2 more books for us today, and the first one is Arthur's Tooth by Marc Brown. Finally, Arthur had a loose tooth. He wiggled it with his tongue. He wiggled it with his finger. He wiggled it all the time. One afternoon, while Arthur was wiggling his tooth during math, he heard a loud scream and Francie jumped up. "My tooth just fell out on my desk," she cried. "Class, how many of you have lost a tooth?" asked Miss Marco. Everyone but Arthur raised a hand. When Arthur got home, he didn't want any milk and cookies. "What's the matter, Arthur?" said his mother. "I'm only one in my class who has all his baby teeth," he complained. "Don't worry," said his sister DW. "Before you know it, all your teeth will fall out and you can get false teeth like Grandma Thora." Arthur persuaded father to make a special dinner for him: steak, corn on the cob, and peanut brittle. "I can't believe one little tooth can take so long to fall out," said Arthur. The next day, Muffy brought in a whole jar of her teeth for show and tell. "I got $2 for each one," she said. "One from my dad and one from my mom, and it's all in the bank to earn interest. I'm waiting for my investment to double." "Not me," said Francie. "I'm spending mine." Later in class, they saw a movie called Nasty Mr. Tooth Decay. Between the ages of 4 and 7, the announcer began, everyone begins to lose their deciduous or baby teeth. "Everyone except Arthur," shouted Francie, and the whole class laughed. Arthur slid down in his seat and wiggled his tooth as hard as he could. In the cafeteria, Francie practiced her new trick. "Look, I can keep my teeth closed and still drink through a straw. And I can squirt water too. Everybody line up for squirting contest. Everybody except Arthur. Babies with baby teeth can't squirt water." That's not very nice. By the next day, Arthur was convinced his loose tooth would never fall out. But his friends tried to help. Buster brought him carrots for lunch, and Ellen showed Arthur how to put a raisin over your teeth to make it look like they were missing. And the brain invented a special machine. "It's the tooth remover," he exclaimed. "Just put your head here." Even Binky Barnes wanted to help. I can knock that tooth out in 1 second flat," he said. That night, Arthur spent a lot of time in front of the bathroom mirror. He got up very early the next morning to wiggle his tooth again. "See how much looser it is," he told his parents. That's it," said his mother. "You need professional help. You're going to the dentist today." "Going to the dentist?" asked Francie. "Boy, I feel sorry for you." There were other patients waiting to see Dr. Sazio. "Sorry," said the nurse. "We're running late. Have a seat." "Arthur, you were smart to bring a book," said Mother. Finally, it was Arthur's turn. "I wish all my patients were as good at waiting as you are," says Dr. Sazio. How old are you now, Arthur?" "7, said Arthur, "and I still have all my baby teeth." "I was 8 before I lost my first tooth," said Dr. Sazio. "Everyone is different." "Really?" said Arthur. Dr. Sazio examined Arthur's loose tooth. "This one should fall out very soon," he said. "Just wait." Arthur got back to school just in time for recess. "Still have all your baby teeth?" Francie asked. "Then you can't be in the game. I'm the tooth fairy and only people who've lost teeth can play." "If you're the tooth fairy," said Arthur, "I think I'll keep all my teeth. I can wait." He started over to the softball game. Whoever I touch, said Francie, loses a tooth. She flapped her arms. The one who loses the most wins. Francie twirled around and touched Buster. She twirled faster and touched Sue Ellen. Twirling even faster, she slipped and hit Arthur. Sorry, Arthur, Francie said, but I told you no babies allowed. Arthur picked up his glasses. It's okay, he said. It's probably the nicest thing you've ever done for me. What do you mean? Asked Francie. Arthur just smiled. Oh, look, his tooth fell out. Oh my goodness. All right, our next story today is If You Give a Moose a Muffin by Laura Joffe Numeroff, illustrated by Felicia Bond. If you give a moose a muffin, he'll want some jam to go with it. So you'll bring out some of your mother's homemade blackberry jam. When he's finished eating the muffin, he'll want another and another and another. When they're all gone, he'll ask you to make some more. You'll have to go to the store to get some muffin mix. He'll want to go with you. When he opens the door and feels how chilly it is, he'll ask to borrow a sweater. When he puts on a sweater, he'll notice one of the buttons is loose, and he'll ask you for a needle and thread. He'll start sewing, and the button will remind him of a puppet his grandmother used to make. He'll ask you for some old socks. He'll make sock puppets. When they're done, he'll want to put on a puppet show. He'll need some cardboard and paints. Then he'll ask you to help make the scenery. When the scenery is finished, he'll get behind the couch, but his antlers will stick out. So he'll ask for something to cover them up. You'll bring him a sheet from your bed. When he sees the sheet, he'll remember he wants to be a ghost for Halloween, and he'll try it on and shout, "Boo!" It'll scare him so much he'll knock over the paints. So he'll use the sheet to clean up the mess. Then he'll ask for some soap to wash it out. He'll probably want to hang the sheet up to dry. He'll go outside to put it on a clothesline. When he's out in the yard, he'll see your mother's blackberry bushes. Seeing the blackberries will remind him of her jam, and he'll probably ask you for some more. And chances are, if you give him the jam, he'll want a muffin to go with it. Wasn't that silly? Well, thanks for reading with me today, friends, and I'll see you tomorrow.